Welcome to this deep dive into some really fascinating project notes from Kesser and Steen. Today, we are looking at how they are building what they call a tiny forest.
Yeah, and they are using the Miyawaki method to do it.
Right. And our mission for you today is to uncover how these so-called pioneer trees can jumpstart an entire ecosystem, taking barren soil and just turning it into a thriving woodland.
And I mean, the canvas they're working with is just brutal. It is this impoverished, sandy Ice Age landscape.
Yeah, that was grazed by sheep for like 400 years, right?
Exactly. It is completely depleted.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because if natural succession takes, decades after the sheep stop grazing, this Miyawaki method is basically the time machine.
Oh, for sure. It lets you skip that entire 20-year wait and just, bam, jump straight into having a young forest.
But ecologically, how does that even work?
Well, it comes down to why pioneer species like pine and birch are so crucial. They are basically the veteran, hardcore survivors of the forest
Oh,
world.
hardcore survivors. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, they thrive in destroyed or really harsh environments. They reproduce rapidly and, they create the essential organic humus.
So they pave the way for the more competitive species to eventually take over.
Exactly. They build the foundation.
Well, here's where it gets really interesting. Because these pioneers have to survive those harsh beginnings, let's look at Kesser and Steen's ultimate survival tool, the Scots pine.
Oh, yeah, the Scots pine is amazing.
I mean, its adaptability is just insane. It can survive negative 50 degrees Celsius in Siberia, but then it is also, completely drought resistant.
Right, and what's fascinating here is the invisible ecosystem it creates. Underneath the ground, its roots connect to these vast mycorrhizal fungi networks.
Oh, like an underground internet kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly like that. And that network physically binds and stabilizes the vulnerable soil against erosion. Plus, above ground, even the dead pines do a lot of work.
Right, they create those complex habitats, don't they?
Yeah, habitats for owls, bats, and rare insects. Stuff that normally takes centuries to form naturally.
That is incredible. But knowing how resilient these trees are, how do Kesser and Steen artificially design this natural chaos?
Well, their brainstorming is pretty out there.
Yeah, I was reading the notes. They talk about simulating a lightning strike to act as a reset for flowering plants.
Right, or visualizing bears fertilizing wild berries with fish scraps.
I mean, it sounds so wild and chaotic for what is essentially just planting a forest.
It does sound crazy, but if we connect this to the bigger picture, it is brilliant. They are actually planting a forest edge using lilacs and mountain pines.
And they noted how mountain and Scots pines can actually crossbreed, right?
Yeah, into a hybrid. And listeners can do this DIY style too. You can grow them from autumn cones over 4 or 5 years.
Oh, wow. Or propagate August cuttings in sand. Just make sure to avoid lethal rooting hormones.
Oh, definitely avoid those.
So what does this all mean for you? It means planting a forest is a lot easier than you might think. You literally just need a single cone from an autumn walk.
Yeah, that one cone has everything it needs to start the whole process.
But it also leaves us with something deeper to think about. Pioneer trees purposefully alter their environment to make way for a new ecosystem.
And in doing so, they end up getting shaded out by the very forest they built.
Right. So if nature's greatest founders are meant to be temporary, what does that tell us about the natural life cycle of our own human innovations?